What is up, everyone? Zach, aka Shrouded Anxiety here, and we are back with Stanley Parable. And I should have looked up a little bit before I played, because first episode I was so confused with what happened, and apparently those were a couple of the endings that could happen, and there's a bunch of different endings, like just depending on your choices in the narrative, and it's really cool. So I'm gonna play some more. I don't know how many more episodes we'll be able to do. I'm just gonna play and do some little exploration and get some of the endings, I guess. I figured it was a game that was like start to finish, you beat it no matter what decisions, but you get the endings right away. So let's go ahead and go back into it. I don't know if it'll start the okay. We already saw that. We already saw the story of Stanley. So I got two endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So far. I don't know how many there
Stanley
are
decided to go
total.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But I already made the decision to go right instead of left, and then go downstairs instead of upstairs.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So we got all this. This is in part one, the episode where I was left confused.
Yet there was
and
not a
retarded.
single person here either.
Tips
Feeling
to
a
not
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
Don't
to go
get fired.
up to his
That's a great
boss's
tip for
office,
not getting
hoping
fired.
he might find an answer there.
Yeah, let's go to his office this time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, this place is fancy. Executive bathroom. Oh. Man. Okay. What's in here? Okay. This
Stepping
is the
into his
boss's
manager's
office?
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
I'm the boss now.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
What
But of
happens?
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely
He
luck.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh. This is a really dark corner. Whoa. Okay. Alrighty. So what happens next?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
This
It
whole
was
game
a
is leaving
stirring
me
of
feeling
emotion in his
peculiar.
chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh man.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh man. Mind control facility or escape in red letters? You know what I'm picking. Let's get the hell
Although
out of
this
here.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Well. I said I'd try and get as many endings as I can.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hell yeah. Can't be afraid of death. Stanley ain't afraid of death. Yeah. Oh. Well, shit. Oh. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, no. No. And dead. What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
No. What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Whoa.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, God. Dude, my head just exploded. Holy shit. That's some, like, big, like, life is set on a path. There's no decision. Every, like, life's already set on the fucking path. Like, that's insane. Man. Whoa. I don't understand. There's a museum for Stanley. The Credits Museum. Guess I just keep going. This game's really starting to make me think. And we end up in a wage war against the narrator. Oh, that would have been an awesome ending. The point is to lose. Earlier. I feel like I shouldn't be seeing this. I feel like this should be after I get all the endings. Okay, so this game, okay, so it's meant to be replayed all these times. It's meant to respawn you. Okay, so this is cool. This is just a little museum that tells about like the game development and everything, and how, like, the design. I don't want to look at too much of this because I want to get back to the game. I'm just checking if there's, okay. Freedom ending. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna go in there and explore. Let's go ahead and go in here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Oh, we're
As long as you
riding
move
out to
forward,
the end.
You'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
I let time choose for me. Alright, this is a great game. This is really cool. Okay, so we're gonna get to the mind control room. In fact, I might do a jump cut to when we get back to the mind control room. Okay, did the game freeze? Oh, I guess I just begin the game again. Okay. Alright.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting.
That's new dialogue.
Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Okay, let's get a quick run through.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I
That
didn't
kind
think
of
that would happen.
anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments
Oh,
with
new
some
age
calming
music,
new
nice.
age music.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Music sets me free.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly
Cool.
walked forward into the opened passageway.
Down we go. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna go through mind control this time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Oh.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably not. Let's be honest. Probably not.
Now the monitors jumped to
Oh,
life, their true
God.
nature revealed.
Oh,
Each
poor
bore the number
104.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Man.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
God.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Never.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Oh,
Had
man.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, definitely not being controlled, Stanley.
But here was
Don't
the
you worry.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What's up here? Or I could leave. What does this do? Wait, was that one of the sound buttons that was in a museum? Okay. It's down here. Okay, I guess I gotta go and shut down the power. Boop. Oh man. What happens if there's something that's actually like this?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Hell yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
I just set off a
eliminating
nuke?
the entire complex.
Shit!
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time
Don't
left
patronize
to enjoy
me,
it.
asshole.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Can I leave?
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
No!
Or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on
You
the
asshole.
clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds,
There's 3. I need to press the
Time
2
doesn't
button.
grow
Where's the
on
2 button?
trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Does that do anything?
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Shut up.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Jesus.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Stop
30 seconds
it.
until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well, shit. That was a sad ending. Man. I just activated a nuke because I wanted to mind control everyone. I'm a terrible person.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
No.
He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly.
I didn't even intend for this.
Stanley thought to himself is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here,
it's better
I can
than
be
the
happy
nuke ending.
Forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days. Had years gone by?
Years?
He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. Well. Whoa.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He
Why
never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
The thought of... Oh, so it lets you escape that ending. Okay, well, I'm not going to play any more on this episode. I think I should be back for another one, because I feel like there's got to be a lot more endings, and they're really funny to find. But, go ahead and get a quick look at 427. But, like always, feel free to like, subscribe, or comment with your thoughts on the video. So appreciated any support that you may leave. Aside from that, yeah, I think that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and have an excellent day.